Welcome to part 2 of our road trip in our brand new Tesla Model Y Juniper, which is behind me somewhere. This is Kettleman City. We are on our way home from San Jose, back down to Los Angeles, and that brings us here to the Kettleman City Supercharger, the one with the lounge, since on the way up we use the other supercharger. So let's get into this trip. I'm going to get a lot less excited here in a second because it's early in the morning, and I'm going to get you all set up for the road trip with all the specs and all that kind of stuff. But I wanted to do the intro as excited as possible at an awesome destination. If you are on the California Route 5, definitely check out the Kettleman City Supercharger with the lounge. And I'm going to do a full tour of the lounge as well. It's part 2 of our road trip. We are now heading back from San Jose down to Los Angeles, northern Los Angeles County, Santa Clarita area, if you're familiar with it. And basically around town here in San Jose, I have been charging. You can't actually see them, but over there, the hotel has free charging. So I've been kind of topping up, keeping it around 80%. Didn't need a charge last night. So let's take a look at what we're at here for the trip. I sent the directions from the phone. Now the phone, the app I should say, had being a 2-stop, but for some reason we're down to a 1-stop, and it's gonna be Kettleman City again. We are currently at 242 miles on the battery, 74%. We lost some last night. I had Sentry mode. Luckily our room was like right up there, so I kind of kept an eye on it. Not that it was needed, it's a nice area, but anyway, that's what we're looking at for this particular trip. Let's take a look at the halfway point on the trips. Where is trips? Trips. There's our San Jose trip. We're at 339.6 miles. Obviously, that's some around town driving. Not too much though, because we went to California's Great America, and it was, I don't know, it's one exit up. It's really close. 91.9 kilowatt hours used total, and 270.7 watt hours per mile. Pretty efficient given the speeds driving up and down the 5. It's, you know, you have to drive fairly fast, otherwise you get run over. So that's what our trip looks like at the kind of halfway point. A little bit over actually, because we already had the around town stuff. So we're gonna get going. We will get back to today's video in just a second, but today's sponsor of the video is MagBak, and this particular accessory I have been using for years on all of my Teslas. This is my third, and it is a must-have for me because it mounts right on the display. So that means your phone is right there, line of sight at all times, not to mention the best feature of all, and that is way faster charging than the built-in Tesla charger down below. Down below, not line of sight, slow charging, heats up your phone. A little tip for you, I suggest getting a MagBak case because it will definitely suck to this thing even better. I've never had my phone drop or get loose or anything like that. If you like the case you have, then get a metal ring for the back of it. Same deal. Sucks to this real easily. Thanks again to MagBak for sponsoring this video, so don't forget to check out the MagBak wireless charger. We've got coupon codes for a discount down in the description. All right, now back to the video. Looks like Kettleman City is going to be our first stop. At least that's scheduled, obviously. Things change on these road trips, and we'll see exactly which one we stop at. There are a ton along this entire route here. So whatever we need is when we'll stop. I wanted to stop at Lost Hills. Everybody should know about Lost Hills by now, like 164 stall, totally powered by solar and batteries. It's off the grid, and it was open for a couple of days, and I was all excited. We're gonna go on our trip in a few weeks, and it's been closed since. I don't understand. So maybe we'll stop and take a look. Maybe we won't, I'm not sure. But we are ready for our return trip back to Los Angeles. So I guess my first tip, if you are new to Tesla road trips or the Juniper in general or electric vehicle charging or whatever, is try to find a hotel that actually does have charging. That way you can plug in overnight and you have a nice full-ish battery when you are ready to start your day. So this particular Homewood Suites, not a lot of Homewood Suites actually have this, but we choose this one every time we come to San Jose because it's got those 4 right there that are hotel charging, and they're free. And then I'm going to show you when we leave, on the other side, there's a business that has a ton of Tesla chargers and ChargePoint chargers, and it's actually a power company building next to this hotel. So plenty of charging options. So when you are on a road trip, make sure that your final destination hotel at least has charging around it, in that a supercharger or their own destination charger. So these charge at the speed that your house would probably charge, L2 basically. So it takes, you know, 8-10 hours to fully charge it if you're low. Heading out of the San Jose area. This is the San Jose Homewood Suites. I want to take you real quick before we leave and show you this charging area. That building that you're seeing there is some sort of power company, Bloom Energy, it says on the top there. And so we've got the hotel charging, which is great, and it's free, and that's what we use to top up every night.
Bear right towards North First Street.
That one didn't work last time we were here. But if you turn around here, this energy company has, you can see right there in the frame, tons of charge points. And we were here on Friday when we were checking in, and like this was full of employees and Teslas, and so they have more charging here. They've got a Tesla destination charger there, more charge points where that white car is. And then you make a turn here and there's a ton of Tesla destination chargers. 2 Teslas charging right there. I'm turning the whole car to get the get it in the frame. Here,
now bear right towards
I'll just do
North
this.
First Street.
So there's the Tesla destination chargers and another charge point. There's some more charge points over there. So this Bloom Energy gets it. That's very cool. So we had plenty of options to charge, which was great. Plus we had a supercharger across the way. So, but you learned all that in video 1 or episode 1 of this trip.
Now turn right onto North First Street.
Hey, has anybody noticed that she is like really rude now and really fast and curt, and it's really like short with us? Pretty bizarre. Not as friendly. We interrupt this video to remind you, don't forget to hit the like button on this video. It means the world to me and takes just seconds out of your day. Oh, also, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. If you're getting a Tesla down to Southern California or anywhere in the West Coast for that matter, they are coming right down this highway. This is a truck full of Tesla Model Ys coming from the Fremont factory. And there are tons of them. We saw tons and tons of them coming up on the trip from LA to San Jose. And that's our first one of the day going back home. Okay, new EV drivers and new to the Juniper may not realize that going uphill, of course, you're using a lot more battery than normal, but going downhill, you're making it back up, and you can see it with this indicator line here. We're going down a pretty steep grade. It actually recommends that semi-trucks use lower gears. We don't even need to touch the brake. I just kind of let off the throttle, and it regens back to the battery and slows the car down, and it uses way less brakes than a regular car. So that's a good feature to have, a good perk, I guess, of driving an electric car. We're near this reservoir, which has some amazing views. Oh, right there. Good timing. And then a mountain.
Well, it should be coming back here.
Yeah, I think it'll come back right here. Now that we're on the 5, I want to give you an update of the plans for our next stop. We are looking at the Kettleman Supercharger, and this time we're going to do the lounge one, which I want to give you a kind of a tour of that. We haven't done that in a little while. So that's the plan. We're looking at arriving at 12% state of charge. Currently we're at 40% state of charge, or those that like battery, 131 miles to go 77 miles. So I think we're going to be okay. And we'll show you the lounge of Kettleman. It's pretty amazing. Why are you showing a gas station?
I don't know. It's a fireball.
Well, but that's not the fireball.
I know. It's just looking.
For some reason, the actual supercharger is a little bit up.
I know.
If you look on the nav here, where is it? Oh, we don't have it on. That.
Should be right there.
There.
It's a perfect
That's
place.
where the supercharger is for fireball, which is impressive in its own right. It's huge. What are we looking at? 56 stalls, all version 3s, 250, It's pretty amazing. We've been there too. McDonald's is okay. It's got its own bathroom, which is nice. But we're good on charge, so we're going to keep going. Quick update as we are heading into Kettleman City. We are looking at 13% state of charge. It's been fluctuating between, I'd say, 11 and 13%. So I think we're going to be perfectly fine arriving. 76 miles on the battery, 31 miles to go. Yeah, we're good to go. And currently the battery's at 23%. So we'll give you an update once we're rolling into Kettleman Supercharger with the lounge this time. We are rolling up on the Kettleman City Supercharger, best known as the one with the lounge. And I'm going to show you a little trick here. This row right there under the canopy, these are the ones you're going to want to charge at. The reason is they are the V3 250s. Not exactly sure what that Nissan is doing. Pull into these. These are the 250 kilowatts. I'll show you what the other ones are rated at and how to tell the difference in a second, but let me park first. All right, we are plugging into the Kettleman City Supercharger. Going to show you in just a few minutes on how to tell the difference. One of the ways to tell the difference is pretty obvious. It's right there. It says on top. All right, so we're going to check on our stats here. We are plugged in. We are at 11% state of charge. That's what we arrived at. And we are looking at how long? We're set to 80%. Actually, it says ready to charge. It's not actually charging. All right, we are ramping up. We are charging. We're at 11% state of charge. Like I said earlier, we are ramping up to 180, 197, 212. So we're going to have it charged to 80% because that's the fastest part of the battery to do the charging. If you aren't aware of that, you always want to kind of live in the lower end of the battery, 5 to 10%, all the way to 65 to 70%, maybe 75 if you really need it. If you need the 100%, of course, go for it. You need it. But generally speaking, it's faster to supercharger hop than to charge to 100%. So there we go. We are charging. I just want to check one more time. I am not seeing a code. Usually there's a code here to get into the lounge. No code right now, so it's probably just going to let us in. Okay, this is the Kettleman City Tesla Supercharger, and I want to give you kind of a rundown on how this place works and all the facilities and details and all that stuff. I've got some B-roll I'm going to be rolling as well as talking over this, but huge installation. First and foremost, lots of superchargers. Check out that view. That's pretty awesome. These are all part of the original installation of Kettleman City. There are solar canopies, which is fantastic. Over on that back row over there, that's where I'm charging. On that far back row by the berm or that hill are the V2 superchargers. They charge at 250 kilowatts. And so if you can get one of those, definitely try to get one of those. Or if you want to charge slower, then use one of these and enjoy the lounge, which is fantastic. You should know that there is a code to get inside the lounge. And now the code is found on the app. You have to go into the navigation section on the app and tap the pin, and it'll give you the details of this particular charger. And the code is in there, and I think it's probably a rolling code. No longer do they have coffee here, which is a bummer. There used to be a full coffee bar with baristas and everything, from lattes and iced coffees and all that kind of stuff, and now they don't have that. My guess is they saw the writing on the wall when this was installed. That's a Starbucks, and that used to not be there. So maybe they figured, all right, well, there's Starbucks right across the street, just go get your coffee there. So what does this place offer in terms of amenities? Well, obviously we've got trash, which is a big deal at a supercharger, even recycling there on the left. They've got an area over here for your dog, which is great, with complete with a fire extinguisher and a little patch of fake grass and dog bags and everything, so that's pretty cool. There's outdoor seating with umbrellas, metallic umbrellas, so you can eat outside. Again, more garbage. There's garbage everywhere. There's some destination chargers there if you want to spend an even longer time here, if you want to use, you know, chargers like at your home. Over there, between the blue Y and the Model S in gray, there are windshield wiper fluid and wipers and squeegees and all that kind of stuff, which is cool. Again, garbage everywhere, or garbage cans, I should say. I think for after hours, there are actually 2 restrooms over there as well, if the lounge is closed, which it probably is after hours. So that's where you use the bathrooms over there. And then again, you need the code to get into there. Inside, they have vending machines with all kinds of stuff. They even have like Uno and, you know, pharmaceutical stuff and snack packs and all kinds of different things inside with the vending machine. And of course, there's seating and tables. We happen to be getting Carl's Jr. across the street, so they're going to bring it back, and we're going to eat probably inside the lounge while we wait for our car to charge. And just an amazing, amazing facility. The shade alone is better than the other side of the Kettleman City, which has way more chargers. And of course, there's the in and out, which is where we stopped on our first part of this road trip. But nothing beats having your own lounge at the Kettleman City Tesla Supercharger. I'll throw up all the details on the Supercharger itself, how many stalls and all that kind of stuff. I believe it's 40. And again, it's mixed with V2, V3, destination for some reason. I guess if you really want to spend a long time here, use the destination charger. It's going to charge really slow though. Views are kind of cool. It overlooks the San Joaquin Valley. And in terms of food options, like I said, we've got the Starbucks, a Jack in the Box is in distance, a Dunkin' Donuts over there, a Carl's Jr., and then all kinds of stuff on the other side of, I could see a Baja Fresh through there as well. All kinds of other stuff on the other side. Denny's is in view. So the Kettleman City off-ramp definitely offers a lot of different amenities in terms of food options and places to rest and all that kind of stuff. But that's it. This is the Kettleman City Tesla Supercharger. All kinds of cameras, by the way. I don't remember seeing those before. I'm sure they were there. Camera there. There's one hanging off the edge of the building over there. So very impressive. I wish more and more were like this. Obviously, there's the new Tesla Diner down in Hollywood. That's going to be popular. But if you're on a hardcore road trip down the 5 and you just need to get a charge and you need a place to stretch your legs and go to the bathroom, this is definitely the spot to enjoy. All right, I promised to share with you how to tell the difference between the different superchargers now that they're out there. This is a V2 supercharger stall, and obviously you can tell right away with the 150 kilowatt flag on the top. But another way to tell, there's 2 other ways. We've got a thicker cable here, much thicker cable. But if you're rolling up to these and you're not sure, you can tell right away by the silver ring on the handle. That indicates a V2 supercharger, and it's going to be charging at a top speed of 150 kilowatts. Other than that, they pretty much look all the same. Obviously, the V4s are fairly new, and they look completely different now. They actually look like large urban superchargers. Those were smaller. They were like down to here. Now they're huge, and they have much longer cables, and they've got the magic docks in some cases. So just wanted to give you a heads up on how to tell the difference between these two real quick. I'll go show you the 250s in a second. So now we're looking at the 250 kilowatt V3 supercharger. And again, the stall itself kind of looks the same, but we've got the flag on top. That's one indicator. The other indicator, as before, this is a thinner cable and not as thick as the other ones. And there is no ring right here. In fact, it's black. So that's like the big indicator if you're rolling up in your car and you want to know the difference. You can tell right away what a V3 supercharger looks like. Just look for that silver ring and you'll be able to tell right away. All right, app says the car is ready, so we are going to go ahead and check the stats and unplug before we get charged for any overages at 80%. All right, it says enough charge to continue our trip. We are at 78% state of charge, or 256 miles, and we will arrive home at 29% state of charge. So that's 139 miles, 2 hours, not too bad. Let me go ahead and unplug and get the price. I think it was around the $23 mark. All right. pop this in here. All right, do we have a price? We do. $24.23 was the price. 55 kilowatt hours at 44 cents. So, wow, pretty cool. That's not too bad for the only stop that we need to make, because I charged fully, or at least to 80% back at the hotel. All right, we are fully charged, ready to go, or enough to charge to go. It's like around 80%. We have eaten lunch, which, you know, that's the big argument people always have. How do you just sit there and wait for a thing to charge? Well, we had to eat lunch anyway, and they have an incredible lounge. So we just got Carl's Jr. from across the way, brought it to the lounge, nice AC, music, all that stuff. And while we're eating, our car fully charged and now is waiting for us to go. So we are all set to go. Let's take a look at the stats before we leave. I already gave you the price. We're at 257 miles on the battery, or 79%. And we are looking at 2 hours left on the drive and 139 miles. And we should arrive at home, or roughly around home, that's the supercharger near our house, at 30% state of charge. So we are good to go, and we're gonna leave Kettleman City. All right, we are leaving Kettleman City. Lots of people choosing to do the V2 superchargers. And I told you in this video how to not do that. Unless you really want to charge slower. That's up to you, I guess. All right, see you next time, Kettleman City. I love this location, so cool, so relaxing. And now we've got the rest of the trip ready to go. All right, let's do an update before we are heading over the pass. The, what is that?
The Grapevine.
The Grapevine, yeah, we're heading there soon. Looking at the stats, we are due to arrive at 1:54 p.m., 52 minutes away, 56 miles, and it's kind of leveled off at 20% state of charge for arrival. We're at 45% right now, and 146 miles on the battery to go 56 miles. Huge elevation change going up, though. So I think it factors all that in. That shouldn't be a problem, but definitely going to be doing some hill climbing. Okay, we just arrived home. We're going to check our final stats for this leg of the trip, the part 2 of the trip from San Jose down to Santa Clarita. And we are looking at 70 miles left on the battery, and that in percentage is 21%. So not too bad, all the way from Kettleman City down to Santa Clarita. So that's that part of the stats. Let's take a look at the trips real quick. The trip tab right there. So total trip there and driving around town and all the way back, 658.9 miles, 179.7 kilowatt hours used, and 272.7 miles watt hours per mile. I'll give the official pricing and stats of all that for the supercharging. I want to say it was $32 each way. I think it came out to that, plus we got free charging at the hotel. So around town was basically covered by a hotel, and the rest was the supercharging. There you have it, our very first road trip in the 2026 Tesla Model Y Juniper. It couldn't have gone any better. Very, very smooth ride. Definitely smoother than the Gen 1 Tesla Model Ys. Everything went off great. The range is crazy, even on the dual motor. Loved having that extra range. On the way back, of course, only one stop at Kettleman City. That was leaving San Jose at about 80% state of charge. So one stop in the middle, boom, we're back home, and we still have about 21% left on the battery. So it wasn't even cutting it close by any means. On the way up, of course, we could have made it with one stop. However, we did want that afternoon coffee break for that second stop, so we found a Starbucks near a supercharger. You might as well charge, right? Just plug it in, and then we had plenty for around town. We had plenty to get to San Jose. It was, it seems like these days now, it's so easy to find superchargers along the way, at least on the West Coast. I'm sure your area may vary, but at the same time, you look at the map, and there's just superchargers everywhere, and those that are saying, oh, it takes too long to charge an electric car, I would never get one. Every single time we stopped, the car was waiting for us. That's how fast they're charging. Whether we have to stop for lunch anyway, and we might as well charge and use up that time and you know, use the time in two ways. It's the best thing ever. When you're going to a gas station, you're just standing there waiting for the gas to fill. Granted, it only takes a couple minutes, if that, but you're still wasting time. You're not doing something else. Multitasking is the word I was looking for. So have some lunch, supercharge, car is waiting, you're on your way. Hey, don't forget to hit the like button on this video. It truly means the world to me. Take seconds out of your day. Just set it and forget it, and then you'll know we've got new videos coming out all the time. As well as hit that subscribe button. I think that's what I meant for the last phrase. The like button's a good thing for the algorithm. The subscribe button is good for you because then you know we've got new videos coming out. Thanks again for watching this two-part series on this very first road trip with this car. I hope it's many to come, but this one was smooth as glass. Thanks for watching. See you next time.